How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to talk about the stock market, just in general, and right now I'm actually holding about 60% cash. Now, roughly before the stock market crashed another 10% or so, I was actually holding about 80% cash. This is actually something I do not recommend everyone to do because I am in the process of timing the market. Well, you're not supposed to do it. Timing the market is probably a really bad idea for most people, but I guess I am personally doing it because I guess maybe I have a huge ego or something, and I think maybe I can beat the market. And I've tried for many years, and I would have to say my history is not good. I have not been beating the market, but then it's been doing pretty well the last 2 years. So then I think that maybe I have some sort of formula going on. So I'm gonna try and try again until maybe I get it right. So it's kind of like, kind of like a business, right? If you start up a business, you're not going to be able to start a successful business the first time. But as you trade more and more, as you invest more and more, you start to learn about what you should and should not do. So this is what I feel like I personally am doing. By and large, I think most people should be invested in a stock market index. They just keep on buying into it, just dollar cost averaging. And this is the same thing that Warren Buffett says. So when you try to time the market, you think, oh, it's getting really high, so you sell, you get more cash position, and then you try to time the market bottom. You might not be able to get it very exact, but then you try to put money into it, hoping that you can, increase your gains a lot more and do better than the S&P 500. So there's a lot of study about hedge fund managers. This is basically professional traders. They do this day in, day out, right? And after 5 years or so, they fail to outperform the S&P. It was like 90, 95% or something. Most hedge funds is not going to beat it. So when you go and try to time the market, when you try to manage your own portfolio, you're essentially saying that, oh, I know better than these professional traders. So this probably takes a little bit of ego, thinking that you can beat someone in a game where they have more information. So I would have to admit, yeah, I'm trying. I've been succeeding in the short term. So I don't know if it's going to be able to do it in the long term, but it's just almost something that I am not able to walk away with, mainly because I want to figure out if I am able to do it, if you kind of understand what I mean by this. Because if you just don't try, right, you never know what you're capable of. And I think this is why so many people keeps on trying to time the market, because you just have to try sometimes. If you can be the type to try to ignore your instincts, your urge to think that you can time the market, and just kind of go by words of wisdom of other people, meaning you have to listen to the studies and stuff, and then you just go by that, which works for majority of the people, then you can go and do this. It's kind of like when people tell you a strategy, when let's say someone much wiser than yourself, your parents or something, they say, oh, don't do this because if you do this, this and this is going to happen. But somehow you go and do it anyway, knowing that, okay, possibly you might fail or something. You might fail in the exact same way that your parents tell you you're gonna fail, but then you do it anyway because you want the experience, or maybe you just can't resist, you gotta do it anyway. So I equate it to something like that, where it's kind of like something you have to find out on your own and kind of just try. If you look at Berkshire Hathaway, this is a very good blueprint, I feel, right? You got Warren Buffett over there, so he's been doing something right, because all these years he's able to really multiply his wealth over there. So he has $191 billion invested in the stock market over a portfolio or whatever, right? And you guys know that he has about 128 billion in cash. This is according to the last filing, right? So this is essentially 40% in cash. Now, what are they going to do with this 40% when the market just, there's a bloodbath out there, when it's really crazy? I'm pretty sure in the next month or two, they might deploy this money into something, into some industry that is really hurting. They're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go bankrupt. They do not have enough funds to do something, right? They're essentially gonna fold soon. And then this Berkshire Hathaway is gonna walk in there and then go, oh yeah, this company is pretty good. They're gonna bail them out, right? They're gonna buy everything and then go, okay, they can buy it for like pennies on the dollar, or I don't know, a dime on a dollar or something really cheap for the entire company. And all of a sudden, they wait a year or something, the whole company is gonna recover, and then all of a sudden they might make 200, 500% on whatever amount they invested. So I bring this up because they hold a huge cash position, and this is what I personally trying to do right now. I held way too much cash before going into this downturn, and I feel like, right now it's about what, 15% down or so. In a previous video, I said it could go down as much as 30 to 50%. So I'm still waiting around. Why do I think it's gonna go down? Because we have not seen the end of it yet. The total fallout for this whole situation, we have not seen the rate of people getting sick kind of shrink. It just feels like it's still accelerating, so then it's not the end of it. It's going to get worse. At some point, they have to do some sort of restriction on people moving anywhere. I think there's still about a month or two left before this is all gonna play out, and this is the reason why I'm holding so much cash in my portfolio. I'm getting ready to pounce on the market when it's dirt cheap, when people are running for the hills and stuff. So last time when I saw the market like this, I always can't time it perfectly, okay? Like sometimes you guys think that I can time it perfectly. When I sold it at $795, and then it went up to $920. So I can't predict it perfectly. All I can do is, if I make a good amount of money, no matter if I get it right at the top or like a little away from the top, as long as I make a bunch of money, then this is positive news, right? And it turns out right now, after some time, after Tesla kind of went down a little bit due to this economic problem. By the way, I can't say what it is right now. I used to have a word for it, right? I think they censored this word. So because of this issue that we have right now, where we have to wear masks and stuff, right? Tesla is down to $640, so it's down about 20% from where I sold it at. So, right now I'm feeling very good about myself. Whenever I make a video where I say, oh, I'm buying into a certain asset, and then, maybe a week later, a month later, the stock price goes down, someone always goes in the comment section and then go, haha, look, you're wrong. Yeah, the stock price is going to go up and down. I cannot always predict that. When I buy something, it's always going to go up the next day or the next week even. It's always more of something like when I personally buy something, right? I talk about buying into the energy ETF. I'm not even going to say what that is. You can look in my previous video, but I bought into it. It was, I think, $27, okay? And I'm like, if it goes to 26, it looks like that's kind of like the bottom or something. Well, look at now. It's $19, so it's quite a bit below where I initially bought it. The thing is, I bought very little of it, okay? And then as I saw it go down more and more, I kind of bought more and more into it. So I'm kind of dollar cost averaging into this. And my current average buy-in price right now is around $22. So as soon as we see some sort of little rebound, right, I'm going to kind of break even. And then if it goes beyond that, I'm going to make money. Of course, I did not predict that there's going to be a price war between Russia and Saudi Arabia, or OPEC Plus or whatever. So this is news to me, but it doesn't really matter. I'm like, hey, hooray, it's gonna go down. I feel like this price war is not gonna last forever. Maybe it'll be depressed for maybe a week. We already see it rebound a little bit. So I see this as a temporary thing, and this is a really good time to buy. Again, I'm not saying that it's not gonna go down anymore, okay? Right now it's $19.23 or something like that. It might just go down to $17, $16, $15, $14, okay? If it goes down that much, I might go, oh my gosh, this sucks. But it sucks, but it's not going to affect my livelihood, okay? You have to know that all this investing money, I consider investing money. I actually have a separate cash stash to pay for my living expenses, pay for my groceries, pay for my PG&E bill, my electric bill, gas, everything that I need, okay? I can essentially live on my cash without touching my investment for like many, many years, and long enough for me to be able to sleep very well and then go, oh yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I can buy whatever asset price right now, which I think it's really low. It's like on sale right now, but not at the bottom. It's a nice sale, but I'm kind of looking for something a lot more on sale. I want 50% off. You don't want just 25% off, right? So if it turns out that way, okay, I'm not wishing for the economy to collapse or something, but once in a while, like every 10 years, this is going to happen. As an investor, I've only seen this 2 times happening, at the dot-com and also at the housing bust. And both those times, I did not have enough cash on me, but this time is going to be different. I'm holding on into significant amount of cash so that I can buy at the bottom when I think there's blood on the streets, when it's just crazy out there. And right now, I don't think it's crazy. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, it's kind of bad, but it's not really, really bad. So we want to wait for that situation where I actually think it's going to get really bad out there. We're not doing enough in the United States to curtail this from happening. Yeah, they're saying like, oh, 1,000 people cannot meet or something over here in Santa Clara. They're restricting certain things, but I don't think this is enough. There's plenty of people out on the freeway. They're just traveling everywhere. People are still walking outside. When I went to the grocery store the other day, there's still a whole bunch of people. And because of this, there's still going to be transmission. People are going to keep on getting it. Our rate of transmission is not going to go down until something more drastic happens. And I think as more and more people die, not that I want more people die, but I wish they would actually put these restriction in now so that not more people will die. But I feel like a lot of these government entities, they cannot act before they see blood on the streets, before they see some fatalities. Then they go, oh yeah, now they have a reason to. They cannot preempt it for some reason. I don't know why. These kind of opportunities only happen maybe 7, 8 times in my lifetime, okay? So this is the 3rd time that's gonna happen. And I'm holding on to significant cash, and my only worry is that I buy into it too quickly. I've already went from 80% cash to 60% cash, okay? So I think I did it a little bit too fast, so I'm really trying hard not to buy into it because I'm like, whoa, it's so cheap. And at the same time, you don't want to wait until a certain target, okay? Maybe you buy more heavily into it when it's really, really down. But I missed last year's dip because I was waiting for it to go down even more. So it could just so happens that it dips, S&P 500 or whatever, the stock market dips like 15%, and this could be the bottom and then it rebounds from here. Or it could just keep on going. So you never really know where is the bottom. We could be hitting the bottom right now. Maybe they would turn around and then suddenly do all kinds of restrictions from people moving around, and then all of a sudden we see a recovery and no one see it coming. So that is why it's important to slowly go in, so that if it happens to keep on going up, right? If the next day suddenly the stock market goes up by 6%, you can go, oh yeah, at least I have some money into it. So when it fully recovers, then you can just not buy any more into it, I guess, and still make a small profit. Versus if you try to hold it on, and if you have a target, let's say 50%, okay, you're only going to buy into it when the stock market is down by that much. But let's say it only goes to 45% and you're just holding on tight, then you're not going to get all this benefit when it was minus 40%. So I really think you should kind of do it in a way where you say I'm going to be fully invested in the stock market when it's minus 60%, minus 70%, and you're going to do it in stages. Every 10% down it goes, you buy another 12%. You use 12% of your portfolio every 10% it goes down or whatnot. So this is timing the market for you. It's not recommended for everyone. Maybe you guys also think that you can beat professional traders, or maybe you just want to try it out. You don't know you can beat them, but you just want to see if you can beat them, just like me personally. Perhaps when you watch this video, you're going to get some insights on when I personally going to do it. Hopefully I come out of this alive, and that I don't think the stock market is going away just yet just because of this virus. I feel like it will recover, and you need to be prepared. When you do buy into it, it's not going to go up the next day. You have to know that when you buy into it, you might see it drop another 25%, or even more. And you're gonna have to hold on to it, feeling bad about it for like 6 months to a year or something, or even 2 years before it fully recovers. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a like, comment down below. Let me know what you think of my views. These are just my personal investing views. Me trying to time the market. Don't do as I say over here. I can't recommend anyone to do this. I can only do it myself, right? And as always, push that subscribe button, ring that bell icon. Thanks for watching.